Hi guys, and welcome to this non-Warhammer stream in which this regularly scheduled programming of Warhammer 40k was interrupted to bring you very bad news from another Imperium, which is DC, basically. And we both, me and my friend Logan here, are longtime Superman fans. In case you don't know, because I'm sure there are some people that are gonna be here pointing fingers for some reason, because they... Yeah. Yeah, because they don't know us and all of that, but we have been fans of Superman since we knew who Superman was back when we were kids.
Yes.
And we know all about, well, Superman. And there was never a Superman. Ever. Not even in the very first one. Yes?
George Reeves.
Yes.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I just wanted to give you the words. Yeah.
Who?
Who was loose? Who was loose? Loose! Like a pajamas.
Like a pajama.
Like a scuba diving suit, like a foam suit, like is this Comic-Con of I don't know what, an unknown fantasy country? Like, what is this quality of a suit? What is this?
It's foamy.
Why did the guy train?
Looks like a marshmallow, so that we can hide his physique, so that the ordinary people don't feel bad and misrepresented.
No, really. Like, seriously now, guys.
Yeah.
This is a total disgrace to Superman. That never happened before. Never. Do you realize this? Never. And this is supposed to be, kinda, the new 52 Superman suit, which did not have trunks, by the way.
Yeah.
And it has been one of the most amazing suits from recent memory. And it had fitted him like a glove, which is usually what happens when you are Superman. And actually, most superheroes, and even the costumes from the TV shows. The first Tyler Hoechlin suit from Supergirl, although that costume was not great and he had a huge butt, still this costume fitted the whatever under armor he was wearing.
Hell, I mean, even Dean Cain in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, looks better with his cheap suit then. Or even that guy, I forget his name, that played Superboy. The show was called Superboy, but it was essentially Superman. Again, look better. Oh, look! New 52 Superman, and it has nothing to do with what we see behind us.
Yes, this is a perfect example of a new 52, very good figure, by the way, with the belt, without no trunks, and all of that. And when we did had the freaking trunks back in 2006, guys, if you cannot tell,
With
I'm kind
Brandon
of
Routh.
pissed.
Yeah.
Yes, with Brandon Routh. He had like very well shaped around the costume trunks, although they still look ridiculous because we all know that those trunks are based on the strongman of the
In
age.
circus, yes.
That is why the trunks existed onto
the only-
Superman suit.
The only reason, yes, because
That's
they
the
were
logical reason.
based on that, yeah.
We are 2024. We should not have the trunks, but okay, let's say that we did have the trunks. Okay, we are not like totally against the trunks. We're not.
Yeah.
What is he wearing? What is this?
Foam.
Is this his grandma? Huge pants. Underpants.
A parachute underpants, you know.
Is this his grandma parachute? His grandma from Krypton parachute? What is this? I mean, if you remember, Zack Snyder's idea, I guess maybe is not exactly his idea, but the overall idea of Henry Cavill's Superman suit was to look alien and not exactly natural to us. It's supposed to look alien. It had all of these engravings onto it. It looked amazing. Okay, maybe you don't want that for a Superman suit.
But Empress,
But it looked amazing.
That costume was way too dark in colors and it wasn't bright and hopeful. Oh, no. Yeah.
I'm gonna explode. Even my costume. I have a Supergirl costume that's based
She does.
on the show. I had one tailor do it for me specifically. And it's not like perfect, like a movie suit, but it does fit me. And even though it has some folds here and there, it fits me at least 90%. And it does not do those huge, like, what is this boob thing? Like I cannot, like, I'm gonna show it with my finger. What is this? It's boob.
It's a boob.
And he does
It's
not
a
have boobs.
man boob.
He trained. He became very muscular for this role. He gained all the weight that was needed. All of that, he did that. So it is not, of course, for David Corenswet to be blamed. And back like 4 years ago now, basically 4 years ago when he was in Hollywood, I actually did a video and said, well, if Henry Cavill someday should, for some reason, not be Superman anymore, this guy there in Corenswet looks like the closest possible. And if he gains muscle, we will have a new Superman. And guess what? I actually guessed that somehow. I predicted that, and I'm super happy to see David Corenswet in the role, believe me. And he does look the part right now with the hair. The hair is perfect. And actually, the cape from behind, that's why I put that picture over there. The cape from behind looks very good. He even has the yellow S, which is kind of like more retro, but I don't mind that. It looks great. It's long because there was a fake pictures with a lot better Superman suit, and the cape was very actually short. It was under his thigh, kind of like there, but the suit on that picture, the fake one, fitted him perfectly, and it looks great. And it looked pretty much like this one, but if only the freaking shorts weren't that high, and if the suit actually fitted him. Otherwise, it looked like that with the bright colors and everything. We already have seen a few reactions of people that decided, I guess, to kiss James Gunn's rear end a lot,
yes.
because they're like, oh my gosh, this beautiful suit. I don't believe you guys that this is your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be blind.
If you're a Superman fan, I don't know how can you like that. It looks like a gigantic hot dog winner or something like that. I mean, really, they tried. It is. They try
It's
to.
so sad.
It's a sad situation. I mean, first of all, the stupid review of the suit with that stupid photo in which he stays there and puts his boot on, and then this. I mean, is James Gunn crazy or something, or what happens now? I mean, shows the suit as it should be, and now what is this?
What is this fat man in a suit? And he's not fat really.
Panel lining that has to look like the new 52, but then you put another things. Really, these trunks are way too big as if it's 1938, and his muscles on the new 52 costume. You can actually see it. Here we see nothing. What is this? Is supposed to be a jumpsuit? I mean, Ghostbusters called. They want their jumpsuits back. Really. What is this? And someone said in the chat they'll CGI it like they did with Shazam. They actually didn't so much with Shazam. That was the costume. Yeah.
Guys, have you not seen how movies are made? When Henry Cavill did
really?
whatever Superman, Batman versus Superman movie, the thing that was CGI'd was the cape. The cape was CGI'd. He looked the same in his set photos, and then of course they add filters and all that, but the costume fitted him perfectly in no matter what set photo, and that was always the case throughout all the years that we had Superman from a TV show, from a movie screen, from whatever. Like, remember the Christopher Reeve suit? Do you know how this suit is made? It's made in actually interesting ways of putting the cape, like under him. There's like a little like straps that just go behind his back and then in front of his body and something like that. You can watch Cosplay Chris, people that actually bought a replica of the suit, and he goes through the technology, the brain. I mean, how the suit was actually made. It's so smart. It's so smart. And even when I had my own suit made, the tailor had to figure out how the skirt is going to connect to the top part so it does not look weird or something. So I can just put it on and it can work. There's so many things that you have to think about when it comes to the suit, but each and every time, what was the constant in all of those suits? To fit.
To fit, yes.
To fit. What is this? You cannot defend this. You just can't. I'm sorry, guys.
It's like a jacket, or like with X-Men when they had those black motorcycle leather thingies, but for them it was okay. But that's Superman. You're supposed to see the physique and everything else. Queen actually says, what you're saying is it looks like a fit man in a fat suit. Yeah,
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
And someone says that Dre Baselius named somebody who would not want to wear it. Me.
We,
Yeah, yeah.
we.
Especially we are people who train. Why wouldn't I want to wear a suit that shows the physique?
Yeah,
Sure, it's not going to fit like in the comic book. Then you're going to have paddings and things like that, but there won't be CGI or stuff like that.
yeah.
But
At
you
least
still,
the padding of
at least
Henry
the padding.
Cavill actually mimicked his own physique
Yeah,
shape. It had to,
exactly.
it had to cover his physique in the way that is natural. I mean, the muscles follow his own muscle shapes.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, not the whole thing, but like the breast and the legs and the arms, and of course the abs. They always like think of other shapes for the abs,
Yeah.
just because for the abs, just because it's like art or something.
This is just a lazy suit. This like I like the movie that I'm going to say now, but still things about the costume. Daredevil with Ben Affleck, which I like the movie. He did not have a physique for that movie like with Batman, actually. And that's why the costume was lazy. It was again this motorcycle thing is that you just zip it up and then nothing.
Still
And
fitted him
still fitted him, yeah, because
better
he's a
than
big
this.
guy actually, yeah. But this here you made the guy train and we saw photos with his physique how he looks now, and then you give us this. What is this now? Is it like the Guardians of the Galaxy jumpsuits that they had in the last movie or something like that?
Yeah.
Why why this should be a Superman suit? I mean, even the yellow suit for Wolverine now looks way better, and it fits on Hugh Jackman actually than what we could see. But they reviewed that in an epic way. Here we just, I mean, that's the very first Superman movie when all the reviews is worse from the previous one. I mean, really, what is going to be after that? I'm afraid to think now. What are we going to see? Oh boy.
Yeah, because James Gunn seems like he does not respect Superman, and before actually he ever touched Superman, and before we learned that he's going to be the head of DC and whatever, he said stupid things about Superman. He did. He
Yeah,
said that
he did.
he doesn't understand him, that he's some kind of a basically like lame hero or something because he doesn't get him. So we're talking about someone that had to like train himself basically to lie to himself that he likes Superman
Yeah.
so he can be head of DC, he can get into this role and actually do this thing. And now we see how he totally does not get Superman and he's ruining him. Like, who is going to make such a huge pants
Yeah.
on him? Okay, you can make the trunks, but make them like smaller with taste like Brandon
Smaller,
Routh.
yes, so that they look not like something from 1938. Really,
He
I
looks
mean,
like he shit his
yeah.
pants.
Exactly. That's why the shit is like that, so like he can shit
Is this a
even more.
diaper?
Yes,
Looks like a diaper.
It's a gigantic diaper, essentially.
And
Yeah.
they are over the rest of his suit. Just look at this. Just look at this.
Yeah.
He will look like he shit his pants throughout his whole movie.
Yeah.
And when we first saw actually Supergirl's costume from The Flash, yeah, it did not look very well. Okay, but still fitted her.
Still fitted her.
It does look better on the movie screen. Okay, fine, yeah, it's gonna look better on the movie screen probably, but it's not going to. That's not going to fix the folds and the looseness of the suit. That's not gonna be fixed. That's still
Yeah.
gonna be there.
If it
It might
stays
look
loose.
greedier or something like, with all the filters. It will not look as raw as it does now, but it will look loose still all the same. That's not gonna be fixed because the thing that's always a constant once again was to do any suit to fit the actor. That's the case always.
Exactly. When you see the costume, you should be excited for the movie, and instead of that, you're not excited now. So yeah, and we shouldn't be like praising our savior James Gunn, who is going to save apparently this universe or things like that, just because he made the suit brighter and the other things like that. I mean, Superman should be bright on the inside. If you get what I mean, that doesn't matter how bright is going to be the suit, but is it brighter red and blue or not? The suit must look like Superman would wear it.
First.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
first.
that's it. First.
Why? He's from Krypton, a race with very advanced technology. We can't have this concept that his mom made the suit.
Yeah, I mean, we're not 1939
It's going to be
again, as we
destroyed in
say.
the first
It
two
can't be like
seconds
that.
of
It can't
every
be.
fight.
Yes.
Is she going to make the suit every time from scratch? Because that's what's going to happen. Superman goes through fire and from all the buildings in the world. How is this suit going to survive? Or they're going to say that he has an aura around him that protects the suit. I mean, fine,
And
they
in
can
the
say
new
that.
52, actually, it was explained that his suit comes again from Krypton. He had it there. That's why it looked kind of like an armor and steel suit and things like that. So they had the explanation. It's really not if not 1939 or even 1985 again, which they again said, yeah, my mother made it for me and things like that. Yeah, okay, the first suit, but after that, you should find something else. He also has the technology to. This ain't no Spider-Man.
He has freaking Fortress of Solitude already.
Exactly, yeah, with all the technology there.
And we already had the TV shows with, yes, not good suits, but a lot better than this.
But a lot better
Still,
than it, yeah.
like Taylor Hoechlin's suit for the show, for his show, Superman and Lois. The first one was like a classical suit, which was like a throwback, like an Easter egg. That was actually looking pretty good for what it is. I do not like when the cape comes from the neck. It looks like he's suffocating, like the very tight, decolletage. It's not a decolletage. What is that?
Neck
Neckline.
Thing, yes.
Yeah.
Turtleneck.
It's not. That's a turtleneck, George. But it's like anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't like when the neckline is like this, exactly like Brandon Routh had it in the movie, and the cape coming from here. That's the worst. The worst. Just it doesn't look good. It doesn't look comfortable. It looks pretty bad. I like how Henry Cavill was opened, and the cape was coming from here. Just looked really really good in that way. But then he had other suits, I mean, Taylor Hoechlin, that looked too overly, like, bloated. It's bad, it's not good, but still is better than this.
Yeah, it still showed some physique and, it wasn't like a jumpsuit.
Yeah, it was never loose, although it wasn't looking overall very good. Although, like, even the Shazam costume from the first movie looked extremely bloated, still look perfectly fitted to whatever fake body he had, underneath. And he did train for that, but of course his body is not to the extent of buffness as the suit was. So that was just very overly exaggerated, but still was fitted. Second movie, perfect, because the costume was perfect. Second Shazam. Henry Cavill's costume also changed in each and every movie. I personally like the costume from Man of Steel. That's the best costume. Yeah. And then they changed it. They put another under armor suit that really was kind of transparent. You can see some of the muscles more, which should be good, but they kind of changed around the overall design in other aspects. So it was, but it wasn't. In the same time, still, you can say right away that is Superman. When I show my mom that movie and Superman, Henry Cavill, he's like, wow, this is Superman. She can help. And now this is a freaking, so first of all, this is a freaking Frankenstein of a suit, okay? Yeah. Because it has some of the lines that kind of resemble this, but they're really not.
And some things on the shoulders, but that's it. And again, the neck piece that
the neck piece is different. This goes all the way, here, which I don't mind how they did it here. Don't get me wrong. I actually like how they did it here. But what I don't like is the overall looseness of the suit. So that's not the issue. The way that the cape is coming from this side, it's great. It's perfect. Looks good. Looks good right here. I don't mind that. The Superman logo is the more classical logo, which I would prefer to this Kingdom Come Superman logo.
That from Kingdom Come, which essentially, I mean, how many people would care about that, really? That's a way different story about Superman. Why do you put that logo here now? I have no idea, but okay.
Okay, we're gonna give that a pass. That's not the biggest problem. I mean, this is better. Superman Henry Cavill is one of the most beautiful Superman logos you can ever imagine. Yeah. But okay, this is better. This could work, let's say. On the back, you have the black, which is also very cool. Also works. The shape actually is very cool. I really like the shape. So, we can give a pass to the cape, to the logo design even. To just have this red belt is amazing. We can give even a pass to the red trunks. But we cannot ever give any freaking pass to the looseness of the
Looseness.
suit.
No.
So we just
We
want you guys to understand us perfectly. We do not want to hate our favorite superhero costume.
Yeah.
I mean, how how will I can't even say that. For what hell on earth where any sane person will actually want to hate anything just to hate it?
Just to hear it, yes.
That is so degrading and it's so stupid. We don't want that. We want a good Superman movie. We want a good costume. We want a good actor in the role.
Yeah.
All of those things. And we do think that David Corenswet is that.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing that now looks very bad, because the whole attitude towards Superman from James Gunn that we see here, we just don't like that. Because who self-respecting director of a movie that has a lot of writing on it? A lot! Because we already totally lost all the freaking dignity of the DC basically
Yeah,
in front
I
of the
mean,
whole world.
Everyone and his grandpa is going to be in that movie, apparently. So is it going to be even a Superman movie or just,
What was the word? Nepotism?
nepotism? Yes,
Yes.
his brother is playing a villain there again. Maybe his wife is playing a character from what was that with John Cena?
His wife. His wife is playing his wife.
His wife from Peacemaker, was it? Yes. So I mean, is it going to be even a Superman movie now or what? But actually, talking about the looseness, we can see it very clearly now in that photo. Next to him is staying the guy who is going to play Mr. Terrific. Now, Mr. Terrific suit looks okay, like in the comic
Because
books,
it's a
because
jacket.
it's a freaking jacket.
Yes.
It's a jacket, and a guy with a jacket staying next to this Superman looks like as if a guy with a jacket stays next to another guy with a jacket.
Exactly.
We can see it exactly that. So as if both of them, I mean, Superman decide, hey, Mr. Terrific, cool jacket. Wanna see mine?
Yes,
Here it is. It's my jacket. I bought it from AliExpress yesterday.
the booba.
You know, the
The
booba
booba.
is over there. Yes, the booba is talking this one. So I mean, and I can't believe really that there are people who say it looks fine. It looks like Superman because of the freaking cowards. That's not super. The cowards don't show who Superman is. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
the costume needs to look great and to fit to him, not just okay. So yes, here you have the bright yellow and the red and the blue. What more can you want?
To
Right?
fit.
To fit, yeah.
We just want to fit.
To fit,
Please
because
fit.
it's Superman.
That is it. We just want to fit. We don't care if it's like brighter or darker, like Man of Steel. I mean, it's great. Let it be lighter. It's so good. It's Superman. Okay, it's fine. Just let it fit. That is it. How are you feel comfortable if you made a physique? You know, if you have the muscles and
Yeah.
all of that, and all of a sudden you have to play a superhero, and not only the super. I mean, not only a superhero. The first superhero.
The first
The
superhero
first-
with superpowers, but
Yes.
not the first superhero.
Yes.
technically.
Yes, thank you. The first superhero, the main guy, Superman, the one that all superheroes are modeled after in some aspects, you know. And you are getting a loose suit who will not fit your physique. He will not.
Yeah.
It will not complement your physique. It will not show what you have done or anything like that. No, it's just freaking loose as hell. It looks like foam because it probably
Is. Yeah.
it looks like a scuba diving suit, but actually scuba diving suit do fit more, a lot more. So this is
More
like
than that,
a foam scuba diving suit from hell.
It's a
something.
A pillow. He's wearing a
Even
pillow or a
even
bag.
a freaking Nicolas Cage suit.
Yeah, from that never made
better than
movie, Superman. How was it supposed to be called? The Death and Return of Superman. Oh yeah, the Death and Return of Superman. I think it was. We can see photos of that suit, which is latex with muscles. And why is it
The Death of Superman lives.
Superman lives? Yes,
Yeah.
or Superman lives. Just Superman lives. Okay, one of those two things. Why is supposed to show off the physique? Some people might ask. And I would say, why don't you know that? So, because when he is Clark Kent, he intentionally hides his physique with bulky clothes, with bulky costumes and the tie and the shirt, bulky, so that people don't know that under all of that, this guy is actually ripped, so that they keep thinking him about an average Joe. that just walks there and says, well, I wrote this article here and, Lois, would you like to read it? No? Okay.
Can I can I just fall on you because I'm clumsy? Or something?
Exactly, yeah, it's not creepy at all. Lois. And then when it's Superman, it's supposed to be exactly the opposite. That's why the costume should, show this off so that you say, hey, that guy there is Superman, look at him flying. And now I see a flying plastic bag.
Yeah, look at there. It's
It's a bird, it's a plane. Nah, I think it's a flying plastic bag.
yeah, it's a flying plastic bag.
Exactly.
Great. We're getting a flying plastic bag on a big screen. Something that we never got before, not even in the earliest years. So Christopher Reeve trained for what, nothing? So one day some guy can play him that looks very very good as Superman. But lo and behold, he's wearing a plastic bag.
What happened with actually hiring people to write and do movies about superheroes who actually understand the material? I mean, James Gunn fit really good for Guardians of the Galaxy. Sure, he does things with teams like that nobody knows who these guys are, the underdogs and all the others. But that's now Superman. You can't say, while revealing the first photo with the boot and thing, you can't just say, I wanted him to look like a normal man. But it's not a normal man. It's in the name. It's Superman.
Jesus Christ, James Gunn.
It's not average Joe man. So you can't do that. As we say, someone said in the chat, it's an armored suit. No,
it's not.
New 52 is armored suit. We showed the figure, show it again. And because it's an armored suit, fits again to him. You
Like
can see the physique like an armor,
Even medieval freaking knights had to be fitted to their armor.
Imagine that.
Because
right?
if some part is not comfortable, it didn't fit their actual body in the way that they can actually move in it, then that will totally put them in jeopardy. They cannot think of how uncomfortable and bad it is all the time. They have to fight in that.
Yeah.
And
in the New 52, they said that costume there is a Kryptonian armor. Yes, but it still fits, and you can see all the physique and the 6-pack. Was it 8 or 6-pack? How much of a pack was it there? 6. And here they did just the panel lining there. So they decided, let's take what we can from the New 52 suit, but lose the musculature there. No. People don't need that. Let's just give them this hot dog of a winner.
Yeah.
Because, at the end of the day, as most people will say, it's a guy in a suit.
Superheroes are guys in a suit that fit.
That fit. Exactly, yes.
Keyword is fit.
Fit. Now, why do, for example, Guardians of the Galaxy wear the uniforms that look like jumpsuits? Because they're not those type of superheroes, actually. They're cosmic people.
Yeah.
They were never considered actually exactly superheroes because they don't have the powers and all the others. Most of them are aliens.
I mean, they do have powers, but...
Yeah, but they are aliens. They're not considered... aliens, they look like aliens, not like Superman. This Doctor Who has a suit that fits him. No, he doesn't even have a show now that is good.
Yeah, why doesn't Batman just wear a freaking mega loose suit?
Right. Just a jumpsuit. Again, we call the Ghostbusters and do you have a spare jumpsuit? Yeah, sure. Okay, give it to me. And that's it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So, you can't say that this looks good because it doesn't. Okay.
Objectively, it doesn't really.
We are talking about Superman, not his aunt.
No.
Not his left boot.
No.
Not Jeremy, I don't know who. Jeremy?
George, average Joe Jeremy.
Average Jeremy. Whoever it is, the only good thing about this suit is the cape and how it looks from behind.
Yeah.
That is it. All the rest just super meaningless blob.
If they show just this photo over here, as we say when we see, if they show just that, like that we see in the back,
just the back,
we would probably say, that looks interesting. Let's see more. Let's see more. This is not a guy putting his boot on, okay, but then they show everything else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
To be additionally fair, the shoulder of that photo looks very, very soft, just like foam.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was never the case with any of the other suits. I mean, it's not only loose, but all the whole suit looks extremely soft. Like it's either his pajamas, it's either his grandma's Kryptonian
Underwear,
gown
Kryptonian gown, yeah, sure.
or something. Like, look at this behind us. Again, he looks like he shit his pants.
Multiple times.
From the front too.
Yes, for many directions.
That this arm looks like it has folds when he's not actually even
Folding it.
folding it.
Yeah.
It still has folds in
Yeah.
it. When was that ever? In a Superman suit that's supposed to be tight.
Imagine
Superman.
David Corenswet reaction when after all the training he went on the set and decided, so finally I look like Superman, and James Gunn told him, okay, now wear this.
Yeah, wear this bag.
Yeah.
This bag.
Here, just the back, David, just put it on. You wanna play Superman, or just put it on? Yes.
And imagine you can buy an AliExpress Superman costume that's like not from latex but from this very stretchy material, and if you actually have the body, you will have a fitting suit.
Yeah.
As long as the size is right. There are people that dress like Spider-Man in the same manner, that are really, really buff, and they actually pull the muscles.
The material.
Yeah, the material. You can't see the muscles. So how is an AliExpress suit for like $28 looking
Way better.
fit
Yeah.
and way better if you actually have the physique like he does? Jesus Christ. And this is a movie suit, and it has the audacity to look like a trash bag.
Yeah.
Like how? Like from the mall, a bag from the mall that is made like with the torso of Superman.
These guys that sometimes they give them a cheap suit to walk around the mall and giving flyers for like a kids party organization thingy or things like that. Yeah, I saw once one. It was exactly suit to look like that. But by the way, Luca in the chat says zero masculinity in this suit. Exactly.
Exactly.
Very well put. Yeah, this costume should have a logo instead of the S logo. It should have zero masculinity logo there because it hides everything.
Yeah, it almost seems like they want to like put Superman down by making him look like a blob.
Yeah.
Like a truck guy that just
Yeah, I just arrived from Krypton now. Oh, where is everyone? Yes. Krypton,
How
Hong
are you
Kong.
supposed to look heroic when your booba and your stomach is doing this?
Yeah.
When you don't actually have a booba and you don't have a protruding stomach.
His stomach actually looks like Johnny Bravo's stomach after that episode in which he trained and he had a six-pack like Mount Rushmore, but after that, the second time when it was just a mess of a thing and he was dancing like that.
Just a Bulgarian banitsa.
Exactly.
Okay, so the legs have no muscle definition, because why would you want the muscle definition on a Superman suit? Oh, wait, every time.
Yeah.
You want that every time in every freaking Superman.
It looks like a
superhero.
It looks like a knockoff of a bootleg action figure or something like that.
Yeah,
They just
smooth
molded
over.
the thing and everything is smooth and that's it. Yeah.
The boots are like very bulky and like fat. I mean, thick, very thick. Very, very rude. Like not rude. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, very thick, rough.
Rough.
Looking, not that fitted to his leg. And once again, the pants look just like regular pants.
Yeah.
He just went to the mall. He took the biggest red pants that he saw, probably in the grandma aisle. He was like, "I'm putting these on, George."
That's actually how
James
he did it,
and
he
George
was
and whoever.
trained.
I'm
James
putting
and John
this.
and Gunn. Yeah.
Just
Then he saw, oh, and this jacket there. Oh, and the boots from over here. Yes.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Ma, can you please do this together so that I have a suit or something? But Quark, you're going to look bulky. Doesn't matter. I am going to be bulky man now.
Not Superman.
Not Superman.
Bulky
but
man.
Bulky man.
I mean, it's not even bulky, Bane is bulky.
Yeah. Example,
Bane,
yeah.
but he has all his muscles on display. He's not like, oh, I'm just gonna wear something that's not gonna compliment my physique even this much.
Yeah.
I mean, why the guy even trained then? I mean, he had to put some mass on his face as well to make his jaw look wider and his face look thicker, because otherwise he just looks very, very skinny. So that had to happen. Of course, he had to train. That's like the obligation, the duty of an actor who plays Superman.
Yeah.
That is the right thing to do. It's respect. It's a must. It's one of the must things that you must check. And now one of the must things that you must check is not checked. It's ruined.
Yeah, it's ruined.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, guys. So I think that we
made our
fed this
point. Yeah.
enough.
And it doesn't matter how he's going to look after that in post-production. That's what we discuss at the moment, what we see now. That's the suit. We're not saying anything about a character, so don't say, but you can't judge the character on the suit. We know the character. We know the freaking character. We are talking about the suit, what we see
Yeah.
now on the set photos, which is objectively bad. Okay, might be subjective, but it's bad. For the review of a suit of Superman, that's just a sad story here, you know, which never happened before, and no one felt like that when we saw, for example, Henry Cavill's suit or even Brendan Routh's suit. I mean, there were some things that we say, okay,
Maybe too dark, or
maybe too dark,
but
or things
never
like that.
was the issue with the fitting.
Yeah, never. Absolutely never had that.
So yeah, I mean, some people when the initial picture was shown and we said, "What is this? Is this like an accident? Like what the heck?" And then it turned out, of course, James Gunn did it on purpose because he thought it was funny. So oh my gosh, what a respect, James Gunn! Are you in Looneyville? Is this how you're gonna treat your characters? It's funny.
It's funny. He was sitting there. We took a photo. I liked it, and he felt like an average person, you know. And many people defended the suit, saying it looks like that. It looks baggy because he's sitting. Okay, now he's not sitting.
It looks baggy.
It looks baggy.
It's the same
What
bag.
happens now? Yeah.
It's the same crap. A figure fell.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so my point was that many people are like, oh, maybe the movie was gonna be good, or why are you saying that? Maybe he's gonna play a great Superman, and maybe you know, the character. And we are talking about the suit,
yes.
not Superman, not David Corenswet in the role, not anything else. I mean, I did say already here that I actually called it
It's
before
documented.
anyone else, and it called it. Yes, yeah, it's documented. I did say that I love him in the role. I was so happy when he was cast. We don't know exactly how the movie is going to be because we haven't watched it yet. We do know that when we see set photos from all the previous movies that ever existed before, that the suit is going to look a bit better, of course, when it's in the movie because of filters and all of that. But we also know that if the costume is fitted to the actor, is going to stay like that, and if it's not, it's going to stay like that. So that's not gonna be changed by filters or anything else. That is it. And either he's going to be like, oh my gosh, Brainiac just blew my costume away, and he gets a new costume later on in the movie. Either that's gonna happen, or this is the one costume that we are going to get, which means James Gunn is not respecting Superman whatsoever, that he's not looking things through a Superman fan lens, and all the other people that say that this look amazing just because it's bright, without saying a freaking word about all of this.
I mean, are you kids or something? Do you liking bright stuff? Yeah. Okay.
The colors is not the only thing that's important. Okay, we can agree that if you like brighter Superman, that is totally fine. We also like brighter Superman. That's fine. It's perfect. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't matter to us that much. We can like both with darker colors or brighter colors. That's fine. That's not the critique. The critique is that this should not be looking like a pajamas, like a jacket, like anything that resembles a looseness of the suit. He should have like enough shape, padding, an under suit armor, whatever, and then he should have the fabric on top that covers this perfectly. Like we also watched recently how the Aquaman suit was made, and how long people thought about this. I mean, it's not the best costume ever, but it freaking makes his physique enormous. He looks great in it. Then the next, like the stealth suit was also good and fitted his physique and all of that. So this doesn't make any sense, not only by Superman. This doesn't make any sense when you count every other superhero ever in history that has been put on screen, and it has the style of a suit that's supposed to fit his body. Mr. Terrific is not one of them. He wears a jacket, okay, but that is not Superman. Superman's supposed to have the fittest costumes ever put on screen, and that was absolutely abide by when we saw Christopher Reeve, when we saw Brandon Routh, when we saw all the actors that actually played Superboy in the shows, and Superman and Lois original TV show. Dean Cain, freaking Tyler Hoechlin, even though his costumes, because he has several, are not particularly very, very good, they're still better in some aspects than this, even by the fact that they fit him, So this, by all accounts, that's why we say objectively, because by all accounts, from everything that we know about Superman ever, a loose suit cannot be excused by any stretch of the excusable imagination, and we all have to strive to be objective. The fact that Superman is my favorite hero of all time, my favorite superhero of all time, does not mean that I have to excuse the decisions of a director that does not obviously know what he's doing, and he does prove this right now, and he does prove this with the picture review, and he did prove this long before he even was ahead of DC, when he basically said a few things that prove that he does not know or care about Superman.
Exactly.
Now all of a sudden, on his older age, he's going to care about Superman? Just because he's head of DC?
Just because he decided, I want to write that movie, and there is a comment there that we can address. It's very interesting.
Go.
PSI, let's say PSI. Sounds like CSI. You haven't really given a valid critique. Christopher Reeves wasn't the most broke person on the planet either, and that was just regular fabric. We did spoke about that costume in the beginning, though.
Yes,
if you came late.
And we did say 100 times that all the constant throughout all the costumes, Christopher Reeves included, was this costume fitted him.
Mm-hmm. Even George Reeves at the beginning of the 50s and the 40s, the suit fit. We don't talk about how the fabric is made. We talk about, does it fit the guy? Also, Christopher Reeves was
193
centimeters,
and David Corenswet is again 193 centimeters. So not that that's exactly relevant right now. We are talking only about the suit, but the costume, the technology, the way that they had to think about how to make this suit of Christopher Reeve was amazing to fit him. And he's not, he trained naturally. He wasn't the biggest guy. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant because David Corenswet maybe is even bigger than Henry Cavill when he played Superman the first time, but we will never see that if he's not out of the costume now. Yeah. Because he does not wear any armor underneath that's gonna show that's gonna mimic his actual muscles, and it does not fit his body that he's made with a lot of effort, actually.
Unless if it's not some type of a special nanosuit that actually is going to fit later on in the movie, like with the Spider-Man homecoming thingies, but why should it be like that? It's Superman, so
why should it be like that in the first place? It should be just fitting.
Yeah.
That is it. The only valid critique that we need, even if we don't count all the rest of history of Superman costumes, is that this is not fitting. That's the only critique that we need, and this costume is done.
Yeah.
It's done. It's not supposed to fold like that. It's not supposed to make him have man boobs. It's not supposed to make him have protruding stomach and folds on the stomach.
That he doesn't have man boobs, but now he does.
Exactly. Why did he even train freaking hell for this? It just makes all of his work look a lot more disrespected now.
Might be because deep inside, every person who gets that costume might feel as a Superman.
Not if it's a bag.
Yeah. Not if it's a bag. I mean, with the same luck, you can take a plastic bag, for the trash from your homes and put it on. So
just pull it a bit with some
duct tape and
stuff
like that. And here you go.
And pretend then.
And you're a duct tape man.
Yes. It's not supposed to look like he shit his pants three times over.
I mean, he saw Brainiac and said, cheating now. Oh, holy Kryptonian shit.
Yes, my pants are getting bigger with this.
Then Brainiac show up and saw, look, it's kryptonite. And he said, no, not again. And here we go. Yeah, good thing it's my suit. Golly gee.
Yeah, nobody's gonna tell the difference.
No.
Because it already looks like I have shit.
Nobody knows. Yeah, it's already like that.
This is absolutely terrible.
I mean, I see that, and I don't see the symbol of hope.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to see no. Sorry.
See the symbol of shit pants. Jesus Christ.
Queen says to fix his suit, he needs super wedgie. Yes, major wedgie as in cow and chicken.
He's just begging for a wedgie now with this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Brainiac will be the gigantic school bully that is going to make a wedgie with those trunks there that he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is the
Atomic
cape
wedgie.
over
Yes.
like this?
Yes,
And then he's gonna
atomic
push his
wedgie.
hand.
Exactly. That's why this guy here on the figure doesn't have the trunks.
Yeah. So
He's smart.
he's not giving his villains an ammo.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So,
yeah. So I mean, why would like our whole life Superman fans will want to ever hate on anything Superman? We don't. We just call it like it is.
I mean, he was also in cartoons. He was always drawn with the suit that fits. Ever since that first cartoon, in the Max Fleischer cartoon from the 40s, it was fit suit again because it was reminiscent to what is in the comic books. You know, then in the then there was from the 80s there was another Ruby Spears cartoon about Superman again, fit suit. You know, then the Bruce Timm Superman the animated series. Even in that new thing that looks really, really boring. I couldn't get to the first episode really. My Adventures with Superman or whatever, which is just a sad story. Again, the costume fits him.
We shouldn't even have to explain this.
Yeah.
Every freaking geek that has ever been a Superman fan ever, or Batman, or the Flash, or just whoever really, most of them wear fitted suits.
I mean, by this point, I'm kind of afraid what Batman suit we're going to see from James Gunn, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just pajamas. I mean, my pajamas on winter looks like this. I mean, that is how my sleeve stands on my arm. It's the same.
Well,
like the
that's
same.
probably because it's pajamas, you know. So. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's because it's
pajamas. Yes.
So, if a Superman fan that wants to be objective here, and you know, it's about being objective. It's about protecting the integrity of the characters that we love. So we have to say something if we don't think that integrity is kept. So in this case, how can you give a pass to something that never happened before and it's obviously looking so bad?
Yeah.
How are you calling Superman yourself Superman fan? Do you want to disrespect Superman like that? Do you want Superman to be disrespected with this loose suit so he can look like a fat guy trucker?
Maybe this whole movie it's actually about a guy owning a pajama of Superman suit. And he thinks he's Superman.
What a twist.
And all of a sudden everything is a dream. And he's doing stuff on his pajamas because that's actually his pajama. You know. Could have been better movie actually.
You know, that's Bizarro this whole time.
That's Bizarro, yes.
Yeah, he just got pretty.
I bet that because Bizarro has to be the opposite of Superman, I bet that his costume will actually fit and be better. He's going to be a sad story. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is just 1 more year until we see the movie.
Yeah, so...
Sadly, so far we see only sad things. So,
I mean, if this is his attitude, I mean, James Gunn's attitude to the most famous superhero of all time, after we had all of the falling out of the DC, I mean, we like the movies, not all the movies, you know, we like Man of Steel and all of that. I mean, we don't like the cynicism of, you know, Zack Snyder. We do like Batman v Superman, for what it is, the way that it is, because a lot of reasons that we discussed before. We don't think that that's like the Superman of the Superman per se, because he was supposed to get brighter, and the Superman that we know after he gets through his whole character development throughout the movies, but that never really came to fruition fully, so that was never actually finished. Anyway, the point is that that most people didn't like. I mean, the movies were kind of successful, yes, but then everything fell apart throughout the other DC movies. And we know what happened to The Flash and Ezra Miller and all that. So DC needs a save. DC needs a winner. DC needs a very successful movie. DC needs Superman's image to be restored and repaired. And you do not sorry, guys, I just want to say something.
You do not do.
Yeah. And it's late. You do not do this by making Superman look like a baggy, pretty guy, like a very pretty guy with the baggy suit. Like, what is this? If I were to do any movie, I would watch all the actors look perfectly for their roles, for they were supposed to be playing. Like freaking even the boys, freaking Homelander suit is so freaking padded.
His costume, yeah. Here we go, yeah.
Yeah,
The guy in
he has zero
suit has zero
muscle
muscles, yeah.
under it, but he looks great when he wears the costume. He still has chicken neck because
Yeah.
he almost never lifts any weights. He says that he does.
He says that but he says that it's on season when they shoot, and then after that it's off season and he does nothing.
Yeah. When you're supposed to sustain your physique, because muscle build takes a long time when it's natural, that is, which we all know that a lot of Hollywood stars don't make their physiques naturally, which is also one of my fields, which is fitness and knowing these stuff from the inside. So, knowing how you can get a very, very good body in a very short period of time under the watch of doctors, and that's how it's in Hollywood. So that's another topic, but actually, Homelander in the comic books is huge, is muscular, he has a thick neck.
It's
and
like
all of that.
Alan Richardson.
Basically,
Yeah.
he should play Homelander.
Exactly.
Anyway, although, Anthony Starr is an amazing actor, he does great in the role as this evil guy with Superman powers, some of Superman powers. He looks great in the freaking suit. He does. Underneath there's nothing,
Yeah.
but the suit is made in the way with very good chest development and the abs and the V-taper and even the suit.
Yeah.
It does not look too fake at all. I mean, yeah, it does kind of, but it does not look like the first Shazam movie suit, which was overblown and everything. It still tries to go and follow his frame as close as possible and just add muscle if that frame had any muscle. So it kind of looks natural like that, so to speak. So even him, even Anthony Starr, even in this show, which is a TV show, this costume looks believable in this world.
Way better.
And it does fit him, and also the rest of the heroes, not heroes, the rest of the people there that have superpowers, that are from Vault or whatever. They also have suits that fit. Although A-Train has a horrendously,
Yeah.
horribly
It's horrible, yeah.
ugly suit, the ugliest suit that I ever seen on any speedster ever, still fits him. I mean, he doesn't not have a good
I
body,
like
but
how
it still
he has
fits that body,
a
whatever
piece
that
of
body is.
plexiglass on his chest there, so he's running, nothing gets it. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
So yeah.
yeah, so even then, so this has no excuse. From whatever angle you look at it, it has no excuse.
Just take off your fanboy glasses, open a window in the basement or whatever there, and say, I'm sorry, yeah, really, that's not good looking suit, especially comparing it with a very good point with the Homelander suit. So here you go. If they can make it work like there, where's the problem here? Is it again because James Gunn decided he's going to look like an average man?
Superman,
It's
of all
Superman.
people.
It's Superman. It's literally
Not even a
Superman.
human.
Yes.
He's a humanoid
Yeah.
from another planet.
Another planet.
Anyway, that's supposed to be the most Superman of all men because he's Superman. It's in the name.
Superman. Ta-ta-da.
Yeah.
Ta-ta-da.
So yeah, and I just can't get over as well that he has folds on his sleeves when he doesn't do anything. Here, there, everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's it. That's it, guys. We're done.
Yes.
We're done.
Mic drop.
We're going to watch the movie
Of course.
when it drops, and we're going to give it absolutely a fair review, costume or not. We're just gonna look at the movie, and of course we're going to say how the costume looks in the movie, but the movie as the movie is going to be given a fair and honest review like we do every time with everything.
Yes. If something changes in the suit in the meantime and they show new photos or things like that, again, we'll cover it because that's what we see at the moment. That's our opinion at the moment.
Yeah.
Lucas says Superman.
Superman.
With the boobs like that, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's
might as
Superman.
well, yeah.
Yeah, we're done with emasculating heroes.
Oh boy, yeah.
They have to be as masculine as they should be, as they are usually, as they are portrayed for more than, I think now, 80 years
More
of
than 8
history
years, yeah, exactly.
of Superman. And even back in the day when people did not know what muscles are, I mean, they did, but it was not as prevalent. It was not in the culture as it is later on when, Arnold got into bodybuilding, all of those things, really later on.
Bodybuilding.
Yeah, when he walked down the street, people were like, oh, amazed, what is this? People had to get muscles in their brains. Men had to get the consciousness of training that took years, decades, whatever. And even then, when Superman was started to be drawn, he was drawn with this V-taper, not a lot of detail, obviously, because the times, but he was still drawn as this V-taper, a bulkier guy, costume that fit. And the circus, I mean, people from the circus,
those strongmen from the circus
they had
actually
tight
they also had in physique, like, because that first bodybuilder, what was his name?
Damien Sandow.
Yeah, who was actually the very first, and it was 1920 something, and he also did circus things, performing
No, actually, it was earlier.
strongman. Was it? So it's even better. Okay, but yeah, the people who created these superheroes were inspired by them, by those strongmen.
Eugene Sandow.
Eugene Sandow.
I always no, it's not Eugene Sandow. I always mistake his name.
I think it's spelling with Sandow or something with you.
We gotta find him. But okay, he is the statue of the Olympia.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see actually where that physique was inspired. Just the thing was that people could not draw physique like that still, but they had it. Here he is.
Eugene Sandow.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, he wore clothes that actually fitted him.
Yeah, exactly. The strongmen from the circus wore these. That's why they actually had the trunks on other clothes, so that you don't see a particular bulging parts.
Yeah, he does wear funny tiger pants, but that's besides the point. He also posed basically naked as well, with only a leaf.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So, that's amazing. That's a natural physique right there. Before any steroids. Before any steroids.
So, guys, if you want to see, just type in Google Eugene Sandow and or the first bodybuilder to be.
Yeah, that's how I found him.
That's actually easier than trying to spell that
name. Okay, guys. So this is it. I really don't think that other people that just say that this is absolutely great, other creators really mean that, because they just look like they are repeating the same stuff. They just don't look honest. They just look like they want to kiss James Gunn's butt for some reason.
James Butt's gun.
Just because we're excited about Superman and we want a good Superman movie does not mean that we should close our eyes to whatever is in front of us. Clearly, it's in front of us based on all the facts that we listed. So, objectivity is what really matters, and truth is what really matters, and not just closing our eyes and be like, no, Superman is really good, it's really good. No, by the same token, I just can't say, anything. It's not gonna make it true. It's not gonna be fair, it's not gonna be genuine.
I mean, by that logic, let's put the Adam West Batman suit in the next Batman movie.
Yeah.
And then say, nice, sure, it's okay, it's still Batman. Let's
sure.
Let's have respect to Adam West and things like that. I mean, let's have it, but not with a suit like that. So, but if someone put that suit, I'm sure that people will say, yeah, great, put it in the movie. Yes. Oh, I can see that suit in the left corner there. It was an homage or something like that.
Yeah, and even if, my Supergirl costume was just for cosplay, for Comic-Con, I use it several times, even for Halloween, I always try to train and keep my physique to always fit the costume at all times. And that's been the case for 5 years. Non-stop. Yeah. I mean, I do not do it for the costume alone, because I do that as a way of life, but it's also, the costume is just there, and I also can't fit it all the time because I'm watching what the heck I'm doing and know what the heck I'm doing. So whatever I do in the costume, when I do the Superman pose, everything just looks the way it's supposed to look in the Supergirl, costume. Jesus Christ. Okay, so even if regular people can do this and be mindful and try to be to say to the tailor, hey, I know that you have not have made ever a super girl, Superman, super whatever costume, a superhero costume. You have to do this and this. Take my exact measures. Try to fit the fabric as tight as possible. All those things, and she did the best job that she possibly could. That's how you do it. So we know James Gunn should know, so he must have done this on purpose. Otherwise, how is he this?
I mean,
even
if
real?
if David stays like that in that costume, everything will be creased, and yeah, it's not going to be okay.
Oh, okay, guys. So we shall see on the next pictures or whatever, and we shall cover whatever we can, just because we're fans. Although, even if no one's watching this, well, love you guys, and stay objective, true to yourself, and respect your own heroes, and don't let anyone that just decide to make stuff about them that doesn't mean they're right and they're perfect and they're amazing, because a lot of times that's just not the case. Yeah, just call it like it the freaking is. Love you guys. Bye bye.